Hey y'all, Taylor by Debbie here. Let's make a multi-ribbon bow using things you can find at the Dollar Tree. Now I will be using some ribbon that I did not buy at the Dollar Tree, but you can buy all your ribbon from Dollar Tree and make this bow. My first ribbon we are going to use, it's 2.5 inches wide, and we're going to use approximately 8 to 9 feet. So you're going to need at least a 9-foot roll of 2.5 inch wide wired ribbon. Then you're going to need around 9 feet of 1.5 inch ribbon in 2 colors of your choice. And I'm using a solid and then another plaid pattern. And my last ribbon is a 7/8 inch ribbon. And you're going to need about 9 feet of each of these ribbons, 4 different ribbons to make this bow. You're going to need some zip ties, which you can get at the Dollar Tree. You're going to need something to use to cut to make your wreath form. And we're using one of these project boards that I've used previously. We're going to cut this cardboard up and use it for our wreath frame today. You're going to need some scissors, a clamp. I've got just some heavy duty cutters, and I've got some wire cutters. The first measurement we're going to take, and I'm just going to come off the middle here, so let's start here. We're going to measure out 12 inches. This is just a standard 12-inch ruler, 12 inches. Make a mark, and then we're going to add 4 inches to it. Okay, so we're going to come right over here where the 4-inch mark is and just draw a line straight across. Then we're going to take this and we want to measure 14 inches. This one's going to be 12. So now we want to measure one more time. I'll make this one 10 inches. So let's take our first piece of cardboard, that's 16 inches. And we're going to take our first roll of ribbon. And what I like to do is just pull out a good long piece of it. And then the first piece we're going to lay down on top of the cardboard. And we're using our largest piece, which is our 16-inch piece. We're going to put it over it one time and then cut that off. Set it to the side. And then we're going to take this ribbon again, and we're going to start a little bit past where the middle is. And we want to go around it one full time. You want to have 2 loops on each side, and then we'll come back to the middle again. So you see where we've got where we started, then you have 2 loops of ribbon on each side, and we're coming back a little bit more than the middle here, and we're going to cut that. And then we're going to slide the cardboard out. Just slide the cardboard out, and then you're going to take this, fold it in half, scrunch it up the middle, and you're going to take a zip tie and you're going to zip tie that in the middle. And then we're just going to snip it off. Okay, we're going to set that aside. Then you're going to take your next size, the 14-inch, and take one of your 1.5-inch width ribbon. Put your ribbon down on the table and pull out some long lengths of ribbon. We're going to do the same thing, but with our 14-inch. So we're going to take this, wrap it over it, cut it off, lay that to the side. Then we're going to start a little bit over half. Okay, just you can kind of eyeball it. And then you want to make sure you have 2 loops on each end. So there's 1 and 1, 2 and 2, and then you're going to go a little beyond halfway and cut that one off. And you're going to slide your cardboard out. We're doing the same thing over and over. Okay, just slide that piece of cardboard out. Get a zip tie. And now we're going to assemble our bow. The easiest way to do this is to put all your tails on the bottom. We're going to go ahead and lay our largest ribbon first. Then we're going to take our green, and you just want to kind of center it. And then we're going to take our plaid, and then this one on top. Then what we can do, we can take this and fold it in half and make a nice fold so you can see where the center is. And then we're just going to take these, and the part of the ribbon that we cut last, we're going to lay that facing down, okay? So that extra little piece, we want that to be facing down. And we're just going to lay them on here. So now all we're going to do is we're going to get a nice big sturdy zip tie. We're going to go underneath everything. Come right here in the center. Zip tie this together. Before you pull it super tight, you want to take 2 pipe cleaners. So you want to stick this underneath the bottom of your tails, just to make sure you've got it centered. And then you can open that back up. And then finish. Okay, bring this around to the back, and we're going to finish pulling this last zip tie just as tight as you can get it. And then snip it off. And then you're going to turn it over. And this is what our finished bow is going to look like before we fluff it. Now, next step, depending on how you want your ends of your ribbon to look, you can either cut it in a dovetail or you can just angle them. And I'm going to cut them at an angle because I want to curl my tails on this bow. So I'm just going to take from the bottom and just cut up slightly at an angle. We're going to do the opposite angle on this side. And now we're just going to fluff our bow. And I like to fluff the bows from the bottom up. So we're going to pick all of your loops up. Pick all your loops up. And then what I want to do, I want to yank. And because you've got that zip tie really tight in the middle, you can yank on these and they're not going to pull out. All right, and then lay these back down. So we've got our tails down here where we want them to go. And now we're going to pick up everything except for our biggest ribbon. And all you're going to do is pull those 2 apart. Okay, you want to make like an X with the red or your 2.5 inch ribbon, whatever color you have. Just pull them apart. You see how I've made an X with those? Okay, then you're going to take your green, lay it down. Just leave these kind of sitting up. And we're going to pull these 2 apart. All right, and what you want to do is just kind of go between. You want to go between, either way, either above or below one of these red ribbons. Okay, so we're going to do the same with the green on both sides. We're going to have one go, since this is the top of the bow, this is where our tails are, we're going to go above this red one and in the middle of the 2 red with our green. Okay, so that's what we've got so far. Now we're going to take our next plaid. We're going to pull those two, and we want to go over here. And I'm going to go one below the red and one above the green. Okay, you just want to spread them out so you can see all the different ribbons in the bow. This is just the way I'm choosing to do this one. Just spreading it out so that you can see all of the different ribbons. Okay, just like that. And then our last layer is our gold. And these we're just going to kind of open up here in the middle. Just kind of here in the middle. Then all we do, y'all, is round out the loops. That's all you have left to do on the actual loops of the bow, is just go around this bow and round out your loops. Okay, to curl the tails, all you do, we'll start with the gold. You take it and just roll it kind of around your finger. Okay, just roll the ribbon up. And then from the center, okay, since we're starting on this side, this would be the center of the bow. Once you get it curled all the way to where it's attached in the middle, you're going to pull from the center. You're going to start pulling and just kind of let it go. Okay, that's all you do. If you ever wanted to know how to curl a ribbon, that's all there is to it. You just take it, and I usually do it the size of my index finger when I'm curling. Go to the center, and then you're just going to find where that end of that ribbon is and just kind of pull it down. And if you don't like the way it looks, you can always curl it a little bit more like that. Okay, take it and just curl it around. If it's, not curled as much as you want, just curl it, or you can straighten it out and recurl it all over again. Okay, on this side, I will tell you this, instead of pulling from over here like we've been doing, you want to pull toward the center of the bow, or that's how I do it. Then you just take these pipe cleaners to use to attach to whatever you want to use it on, a wreath, whatever, just twist it around. I hope y'all give this a try. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.